Skip, I don't know if they're necessarily scared, but I know they put these teams together to deal with LeBron James because they know two superstars versus two superstars. The likelihood of you beating his team is not very good. Skip, let me tell people what actually happened. LeBron James did not start the super team. The Lakers and the Celtics in the 80s had the super teams. But what he did do is that he, a player, says, okay, let's go play together. What he did in 2010, Skip, when he left and went with Chris Bosh and D. Wade. Boston Celtics started this, really. Once LeBron James in 2007, as a 22-year-old, ran through the East, beat the bad boy Pistons 2, who had represented the Eastern Conference for the last 3-4 years, Skip, in the NBA Finals, they know they couldn't do anything with him. Paul Pierce couldn't see him. The Boston Celtics could not see him. And what did they do in 2008, Skip? They made the trade for KG. They made the trade for Ray Allen. And they brought the big three together in 2008 to stop LeBron James. LeBron James said, well, this isn't fair. It's 3 against 1. How do y'all, if you're great. Well, you never said Michael Jordan was supposed to beat the big three Celtics, but you expect me to do that. So he went and got a team. So what LeBron James did, Skip, is that he empowered the players to say, hey, if teams could put together super teams, bro, if we cool with each other, why can't we? Just like say, hey, bro, we got a good idea. Let's put our money together. We can make it grow. We ain't got to always compete against each other. Because what has happened, Skip, it used to be who's the best player that's never won a ring. Karl Malone, and Charles Barkley, and Patrick Ewing, all these guys, Elgin Baylor, all these guys' names would come up. Guys got tired of hearing that. So guys says, okay, you diminish my greatness if I don't have a ring. So they said, you know what? Let's go link up. I don't think people were upset that Kyrie and KD got together. It's just when they added James Harden. Skip, I ain't even talking about no Blake Griffin. Because Blake Griffin had this to say, it's funny, everybody thought I was washed 2 years ago, but now I'm on the narrative change. No, it's not. You still washed. The expectations of you are different. Because in Detroit, you were expected to lead a team. Now you're the fourth or fifth option. So you serve perfectly for that role for your talent level. But to make a short story long and a long story short, everybody's gearing up to stop this 36-year-old in year 18 with Anthony Davis. Now we have Andre Drummond. That's why they did what they did. Because you and I both know when it was two superstars against two superstars, it was Russell Westbrook, KD versus LeBron and Kyrie. KD couldn't see him. KD couldn't see him. 17-5 before he went to the Golden State Warriors. That's what Kevin Durant's record was against LeBron James. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Two superstars, KD and West against LeBron and Kyrie. He couldn't see him. He couldn't see him on his best day. And so what he did is that he went with Kyrie. He got James Harden. Got no problem with that. Like I said, I ain't even talking about no LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake, because they're guys now. They're parts. They're parts. They're not important parts. They're parts. You and I both know. But you know why they did it. You know why they did it. They fear that man. They didn't put no super team together to beat Jordan. They didn't put no super teams together. Boston started it. Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen started to try to take a 22-year-old down. Can you imagine somebody putting a team together to beat Zion? They put a team together. That's what an equivalent is right now. Let me take my watch. I want to break it. Imagine a team putting a team together of superstars to beat Zion Williamson. That's what they did to do to that man in Cleveland at 22 years of age. If you don't believe it, look it up. Take off.
Your delusion is amusing to me, and I enjoy watching you and your histrionics as you try to sell this to the billions of blind witnesses out there who are receptive to it.
It's facts.
There's no fact that you just uttered. It's nothing but presumptuous baloney. That's what it is. And Bronny, he's just a kid, and he loves his dad, so I've given him the pass here. But trust me, all they're doing in Brooklyn is trying to win a championship. It's not about LeBron. It's about them. Them and them only.
Yeah, okay.
Sean Marks came from the Spurs. He knows only Spurs dynasty, and he said, we've got to recreate a dynasty here, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull out every stop to do it, and I'm going to go get Steve Nash to run the show as the coach, And he's a 2-time MVP. So I'm going for star power. And if I can convince Kyrie to come here, maybe he can convince KD to come here. And then they convinced James Harden to come. And then the dominoes kept falling because everybody wanted to be in Brooklyn.
When did they do that in San Antonio?
What do you mean? They were a dynasty.
Yeah, they were. But I'm saying, when did they go outside and says, okay, I want the best player over here and I want the best player over there?
Okay, well, they kept surrounding Duncan Parker and Ginobili, whom they stole in the draft, the second two, not the first one, but the second two. That they did it through the draft more than they did it through free agency.
Right.
Okay, so here's the point. There was a story last week, and it's some trainer who lives out here, supposedly, allegedly close to LeBron, and he supposedly, allegedly keeps in close touch with Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, and he's saying they're all scared of LeBron James. That is the biggest bunch of hooey I've ever heard. Trust me, Kevin Durant is not afraid of LeBron James. He had the guts to go join the super team in Golden State that desperately needed him, that got on its knees and you told me that Draymond went in the parking lot crying on the phone, "You've got to come save us."
Right.
And KD said, "Okay, I'm done with Russ. I can't win with Russ, with him as my primary decision maker. I'll do that. I'm going to put you guys over the top against LeBron." And he went into LeBron's house in back-to-back game threes in the NBA Finals and took the game over at LeBron's expense. And because he did that twice in a row, he won back-to-back Finals MVPs, Finals MVPs. And I just thought he was the best player on the floor, and he emerged as the best player on the planet. And again, maybe when he was a baby, he had fear of LeBron, but he ain't a baby anymore. And Kyrie never had any fear of LeBron. In fact, he was the only player who ever just stood up to LeBron and challenged him the moment that LeBron came home. And they clashed repeatedly because Kyrie said, I can do things you can't do, and I'm not going to listen to you.
Except win.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Kyrie was in the lottery every year. Yeah. Kyrie got Andrew Wiggins. Kyrie got Anthony Bennett. Kyrie got Dion Waiters. Kyrie got Tristan Thompson. And one thing Kyrie could not do without LeBron was win.
The one thing Kyrie could do that LeBron can't do is close, because Kyrie hit the shot of shots, Game 7 at Oracle, to win LeBron a championship.
And you know what rubbed Kyrie the wrong way? He hit that shot, and LeBron block got more credit. People talk about the block more than they do the shot. And it rubbed Kyrie the wrong way because he was never going to be bigger than GOAT James. Just like it rubs Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant said it. If LeBron James is the GOAT, I beat him twice. What does that make me? Even though he won Finals MVP, nobody thought he was better than GOAT James because he joined a 2-time unanimous MVP. He joined a team that went 73-9 that kicked his butt when he had him down 3-1. That's what rubbed KD the wrong way.
So all those gullible fools out there who thought the block was better than the shot, it's the most overrated block in the history of blocks. It's the bicycle built for two because J.R. Smith undercuts Iguodala, who has to slow down and gather himself, and he can't dunk it anymore because he got cut off at the pass, and he tries to lay it up, and LeBron gets a chance to swoop in from behind as Iguodala has to slow up thanks to J.R. Smith. It's a big assist. It's 2-on-1.
Game 7, NBA Finals.
Yeah. Okay. Kyrie hit the shot of shots. Nobody could make a shot. Kyrie finally said, I got this. And that was ball game, thanks to Kyrie Irving. And then he said, I'm sick of this guy. I'm sick of his ego. I'm sick of his diva-ness. I'm sick of his stat padding. I'm out.
Okay, hold on. So I'm to make sure I'm hearing you correct. Kyrie doesn't have an ego. Kyrie has no diva.
I'm sure he does, but he
No. Okay. You was emphatic that LeBron James is a diva, that LeBron James has an ego. So I want you to be just as emphatic. Don't tell me maybe. Does Kyrie have an ego?
Yeah, it's not as big as LeBron's, but he's
not as big as LeBron.
Nope. Okay, so the point is, do you think he's afraid of LeBron James? No, stop it.
Skip.
Maybe James Harden, but he hasn't really faced LeBron in any big championship moment.
You remember James Harden last game that he played in against with the Rockets? LeBron James came there and beat the brakes off him. And what did he say? I want out. I just can't do it. I done tried everything I could. I ain't do it. We can't match up against that team, against that guy. That's what he did do. Kevin Durant, what did he do? run to Golden State because he could not see LeBron James by himself. Hey, what did Golden State do? Golden State went and got Kevin Durant because they know it's over, guys. We can't do anything with him and Kyrie. The team as a symbol right now with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond, we can't see them again.
I agree.
And they went and loaded up, got KD.
Yeah, because it was Kyrie and LeBron. And obviously Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Okay, so they couldn't hold him off. They had him down 3-1, but they couldn't hold him off. So they needed Kevin Durant, and he changed life for Golden State. So you think they're now, as they have joined forces in Brooklyn, do you think they're afraid of a Lakers team? And I hate to burst your bubble over this, that won a bubblegum championship last year, because that's what it was. It was just pure bubblegum. Because obviously, as
you wouldn't have said that had the Clippers won.
What Jared Dudley say? I'm going to quote him. The great Jared Dudley said about a month ago, them boys did not want to be in that bubble, and that was the Clippers. They did not want to be there. They were coming and going and going and coming.
Okay.
And what happened? They were fixated on beating the Lakers, but nobody wanted to be in the bubble. And they never got close as a team. Well, that's a big question because I think a lot of them didn't want to go in the first place.
You didn't have to.
Yeah.
You didn't have to, because there are a lot of guys that opted out. There's a lot of guys that opted out and said, I'm good.
So you dodged the Clipper bullet.
No, we didn't dodge the bullet. They couldn't fire.
Okay. And then what happened? Here came Miami, the 5th seed. You got to play the 5th seed from the East in the NBA Finals in the bubble. And they had just lost Goran Dragic, their leading playoff scorer. And in game 1, they lost Bam, their heart and soul. And you're beating your chest over, I won a championship. Oh, way to go.
But see,
nobody in Brooklyn is afraid of that. But nobody.
Hold on. You didn't say anything about the injuries that Kansas City suffered. All you said is Tampa won the championship. At the end of the day, that's what's going to matter. The 2020 NBA champs are the Lakers.
Yep.
Now, 50 years from now, nobody will remember that it was in the middle of a pandemic. But that's what, Skip, you make it seem like everybody else was under different circumstances what the Lakers were. Everybody had to get tested every day. Everybody was asked to obey protocols every day. Everybody, if something happened, you had to quarantine. So the Lakers were under the same guidelines as everybody else. They won. Give them credit.
Okay. I'll give you a little credit, but you got to give Brooklyn credit because they're not looking over their shoulder. Their eyes on the prize.
Skip, I didn't say they're afraid. Why would you be afraid, Skip? If I got 3 guys and I'm going against 2, I like my chances. I like my chances.
Yeah, but it's not about the 2 in L.A. It's just about the 3 in Brooklyn. That's all it's about.
So Kyrie and KD weren't enough.
Well, I mean, if James says he wants to come, you're going to shut him out? We don't need him?
Hold on. That's what you say about LeBron. Everybody say when LeBron says we need this, so when LeBron said we top heavy with just him and Kyrie, you killed him. They not top heavy with Kyrie and KD. You need James Harden. KD want all the damn good players.
I know, but LeBron was complaining about being top heavy.
So in other words, as long as you don't complain, as long as you don't make your complaints public, you good with that.
No, well, LeBron is saying we don't have any bench. We're just top heavy as bleep.
I just asked you a simple question because now everybody said, well, LeBron is out there recruiting. Sean Marks said that he ran this to James Harden by Kyrie and KD. That's what he said. Now, if it's a lie, he told it. If he gave alternative facts, he did that. He said, I ran this by KD and Kyrie.
Okay.
LeBron does that. Oh, LeBron recruiting. LeBron doing all this. What player is on that roster that KD and Kyrie didn't sign up on? Blake Griffin is there because they signed up on it.
Okay.
LaMarcus Aldridge is there because they signed. But LeBron do that. LeBron tried to be GM. LeBron tried to be all this and that. You got so much to say.
He is.
So what's
He's the coach and the GM.
So
you don't think they run everything through LeBron?
Kyrie told you Steve Nash wasn't the coach. Okay. LeBron has never said that. Okay. Kyrie said it.
Okay, but we know who coaches the Lakers.
No. See, you see what you did? You talk about what you know as opposed to what somebody told you. You don't know that. That's speculation.
Well, I just watch him. He takes himself in and out of games without even looking at the coach.
Hold on.
Well, he just does.
A man took 2 weeks off and didn't tell the coach that he was taking 2 weeks off.
Okay. All right. You got that.
Okay,
we'll see. Yeah, but when he comes to play, he comes to play.
So LeBron James don't come to play?
Yeah, he does. Okay. But he's up there. He's year 18.
Okay.
They're not afraid of that.
Whoa.
Trust me, they're not afraid.
Whoa.
All they want to do is do what Brooklyn's going to do.
We're going to do what we do.
Well,
We just
okay.
got to get back healthy. Just
Yeah.
get back whole.
First
like
thing
you say,
you got to
just
do
back
is
whole.
get past the Clippers.
Don't
That's
worry
your
about,
biggest problem.
You don't worry about the Clippers.
Trust me.
We don't worry about the Clippers.
Okay.
We don't worry
Keep
about somebody in the
saying
base.
that.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.